Welcome, everybody, to episode 24 of Smack Talk here at smark@moment.com. I am your host, as always, Tony Mango. With me, the three usual suspects, Braden Mayhew, Chris Dace, and Mike Burhan.
Present.
We have a kind of a short show for you this week, and it's not because WWE was attempting to take down my videos earlier. No,
Yes,
you don't mess with Tony Mango. He quotes you legal precedents, and you end up folding and apologizing instead. So you cannot take down Smark Out Moment.
He actually went to WWE headquarters and he basically kissed Vince McMahon's ass.
I went there and I beat up Lord Tensai and Ryback and Brock Lesnar all in a row, and I said, my fucking debut, or you're gonna put my videos back, one or the other. And Vince was like, all right, buddy. Be great if that was the story instead of just a bunch of emails. But anyway, they resolved that.
Song played in the background saying, "He's a man. He's such a man."
In all reality, it was a very quick thing. WWE was perfectly fine with reviewing the information and all that, so no problem whatsoever. So now we're past that. We are going to go through three little parts of this episode, and that is it. We're going to go through the Ask Him and the hot tags, only 3 hot tags this week. Then we're going to go through the latest edition of the tournament for the hottest divas and knockouts, and then we're going to end off with some TNA lockdown predictions and talking about what Dace is going to end up doing during the pay-per-view instead of watching it.
Mm-hmm.
So first off, let's start with the Ask Him. What do you have for us this week? We're going to do a group one. Whoever gets it first gets points that we don't tabulate at the end of it. And
well, the way I see it is, we should have either whoever gets the Ask Him, who wins it, should do the Ask Him for the next week. So that should sort of be the precedent of this whole thing. So this week, he used to work for an institution. I can't name the institution, otherwise you're going to get the guy, so we're not going to do that. But then he debuted in the WWE as part of a dynamic tag team and has had most of his career in WCW and the AWA. Who is he?
I'm drawing a blank on this.
He's had one of the catchiest theme tunes in the WWE, and he has never held a WWE championship.
Ernest the Cat Miller?
Apart from in his third time with the company, where he had his name shortened. He carries something to the ring with him.
Al Snow.
Yeah, I'm drawing
Very
a blank.
Saturn.
Third run with the company.
God,
He was a member of Vince McMahon's corporation.
God, I should know. Midian? Wasn't he the part of the corporate ministry? Whatever it is, it's wrong. Apparently.
Oh, he's part of the corporation. I never said corporate ministry.
Yeah, I figured it might be a spawn off.
And
we're locked out.
He was in a tag team with Booker T.
Goldust? No. He held the Intercontinental Championship.
How many times Booker T?
No.
Okay.
It's way off.
He's had an association with Vince McMahon.
There's a shitload of people in the. Just name them all. Viscera? No.
Think about it.
I think we need about a
association. Okay, he's worn more than one uniform.
Big Boss Man.
Yeah! Dace finally got it.
No, he was in WCW.
Yeah, I didn't know
Guardian Angel. Huh. Boss. They called him Boss.
You watch too much shitty programming.
I watch too much wrestling.
Too much
Might
shitty
have just
programming.
said carry something with a bunch of uniforms, and I think everybody would have got it. Maybe. So all
He
you
would
have
have
to
just
say
said
is
Cobb County.
uniform incorporation.
Mhm.
Okay. Right.
So he was a teacher?
He was in a correctional facility.
Oh, when you said institution, I thought British people meant school. That's why I didn't get it.
It's a disconnect. All right, well, there's the Ask Him for the week, and we should just go right into the hot tags. The first hot tag of the week, surprise, surprise, Scott Hall is arrested once more for domestic disturbance and apparently was drinking, quote, for days, ended up choking his girlfriend, had to be actually sent to the hospital instead of just booked and put in prison because of his intoxication and everything. Naturally, they're kind of saying that that's not necessarily true. There was no violence, all that kind of stuff. What have we not said about this that needs to be said? I mean, it's the same with everybody, with Maven and Angle and China, and everybody. They need help. Scott Hall is probably the top of that list, and I don't know. I don't really know what to say other than that.
Did you see the video he tried to put on from the 8th?
No, I didn't. What was that?
He actually worked a promotion, went down to it. He was piss-ass drunk, and he tried to do an angle with Just Incredible. It was ridiculous. He was drunk, and he was in the ring, and he was trying to cut a promo, and then he tried to do his punch that he does where he spins around and punches him. It took him like 2 minutes to spin around. And the wrestler that was working with him was just kind of like waiting for the hit. It was bad.
Ugh.
Is that the discus punch?
Yeah. He did an indie show in Massachusetts, and it was just... Whew, it was rough.
Hey, yo, say hello to the bad guy.
What do you think about this, Mike?
Actually, that might have been last year.
Well, with Scott Hall, nothing can really go past him because if he's drunk, he's drunk. But I don't believe he can actually because if you're that incapacitated, would you really be going around choking the bitch out or putting your hands on some girl's throat? I don't believe that.
Braden?
I don't really care. Like,
It's gotten past the point of sympathy now.
well, we're talking about Scott Hall. I mean, he's been in and out of rehab. I'm sure he's been arrested a few times. It's just like commonplace. It's like, oh, Scott Hall was arrested due to his alcoholism again, and it's just kind of like, okay. It's not like we haven't heard that story before. Yeah, I don't care.
All right, hot tag number 2. Somebody else who's familiar with crime time in a completely different way. JTG is getting his ring attire changed and seemed like a haircut and everything like that, probably by the request of WWE officials for God knows what reason, considering it completely gets rid of all of his character, and that's the only thing he had was character, since he's not really, the most gifted in-ring performer or the most gifted on the mic or even getting a push. So this is really going to help him make that transition a lot easier to future endeavors.
Yeah, I think WWE is just prompting him for job interviews. Like, get a haircut, clean up. You're going to need to start interviewing at some office firms.
Right.
It started off with Raven when he was like wearing the trunks and the haircut, and it'll go with JTG. He's like sitting there looking for his reparations. Poor bastard.
Braden?
Okay, is he relevant enough to talk about, like, attire change and a look change and all that? Like,
Slow.
Maybe they're gonna jump him out to Ryback.
He definitely looks more jobber ish than before. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah. I think he's going to be gone with the spring or summer cleaning or whenever they do their releases shortly.
And then the hot tag number 3, last hot tag. If anybody's going to get fired or leave the company, it might be the Bella Twins, because the Bella Twins are apparently being advertised for an autograph session as Brianna and Nicole, formerly the Bella Twins, and there's talk that they might be leaving WWE to try to pursue other interests, otherwise known as fail and go somewhere else, like Maria did. Uh, I'm really curious about this because I don't see them actually doing anything else. And if they want to leave because they just don't want to have the schedule and they're not really into the wrestling, I can understand that. But if they think that they're going to be movie stars or something like that, they're going to have another thing coming. Days?
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I think that was just all speculation. Maybe they're gonna do a split because they've been teasing that whole like, oh, I'm gonna take this side and I'm gonna take this side. Maybe they'll feud with each other. Yeah, I know, but I don't see them leaving because they have nowhere else to go.
The thing is, when the Bella Twins have nothing to do, they end up feuding with one another, and it gets on my fucking nerves.
Then it gets dropped the next week.
Exactly. And they
And they're
feud with
teaming
someone
again.
else, and then one of them holds a damn bloody championship, and
And then they
Oh.
just kind of switch between who they're being the valet to that week, and
exactly.
so it's not like if they get future endeavored or leave the company that it's really going to be missing anything. All they're missing
No, 'cause
is two
they're
extra people.
terrible. They're not workers at all. They don't even work in matches. They had to put them as valets at WrestleMania because they sucked.
I'll give them
So
credit for this. They're better than Oksana.
everyone's
God,
better
yeah.
than Axana. My left freaking testicle is better than Axana. Put that in a fucking skin tight outfit.
And they're twins.
Exactly.
Well, that about does it for the hot tags then. We're going to ride that boat right into the hottest divas and knockouts tournament, which I didn't expect to go from testicles to knockouts, but what the hell? Why not? Check out part 2 coming up right now.